Hello, my name is Allison Carmen, and welcome to my podcast, 10 Minutes to Less Suffering. And the name of today's podcast is How to Stay Aligned When You Feel Like Everything is Pulling You Off Center. There are days when everything around us feels like it's pulling us off balance. Our relationships, our work, the world, even our own thoughts. We try to stay grounded, but it feels like we're being stretched in every direction. So today I want to talk to you about two words that could really help us understand what's happening inside. And one is resonates, and the second is coherence. They might sound abstract, but they're actually very practical. They can help us figure out how to stay centered and grounded through stress, through change, through all the ups and downs of daily life. Most of us have used this phrase, this really resonates with me. In that moment when something outside of you, a song, a quote, a conversation, even another person, vibrates with something deep inside of you. You feel it in your body. It lights you up. It says, yes, that's the feeling. I feel connected. But here's the tricky part. Not everything that resonates brings us peace. Not everything that resonates brings us to our center. Some things resonate because they're familiar. It's like an echo of something we've known for a long time. It might be exciting, magnetic, creative, or stimulating. Like an old friend or a night out drinking or something that reminds you of an easier time in your life. But that doesn't necessarily mean what's resonating is healthy or aligned with who you truly are or what you want for your life. Sometimes what resonates simply feels familiar even when it doesn't serve us. And if we start chasing those kind of things, it can pull us further and further away from our center. And that's where the second word comes in, and that's coherence. Coherence happens when all the parts of you, your mind, your heart, your gut, your energy, are all in rhythm. When you are coherent, you're not pulled in 5 different directions. You're grounded, calm, and clear. You say what you mean, and you do what you believe. Coherence is a sense of inner alignment, when your thoughts, feelings, and actions are moving together as one. And it's not absolute. Like you could have periods of time where you're more coherent and less coherent. We could say that possibly our very, very center might be thin, like a tightrope. But there's an area within us that we're much more steady, we're much more grounded, and overall we have more coherence and connection to our true, authentic self, where it makes it easier to create boundaries, to know what we want, to make clear decisions, and to be really open-hearted to new things in our life and the people that we love. And when we're most coherent, it is when we are most magnetic, most fearless, and most expansive. Because we're not grasping in the outside world to feel safe, to give us something to feel okay. Coherence is that okayness within us, when we can act from the place that we know that we're worthy, that we're okay, and there's an infinite field of possibilities for our lives. So when things resonate, it can be beautiful. It's how we connect. It's how we evolve. But again, if we grasp too much at the outer world to feel safe or worthy, it leads to inner chaos. And I've noticed this so many times in my own life. And it could be something so small and ordinary that takes me off my center. I could find myself researching anti-wrinkle creams for too long. Or start to say I need a new jacket, and there I am endlessly scrolling for clothes I don't need. Or I stay up till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning writing or podcasting when I know I need to rest. And outside, all these things are resonating. Maybe this cream will make me look better. Or that outfit is perfect and I could wear it on Saturday night. Or let me just finish one more thing. But inside, I can feel the shift. They don't add to my coherence. They actually take me off my center. Because if I'm not coming from love, integrity, or rest, even small choices could take me off kilter a little bit. And eventually those small things add up. And when we lose coherence, even slightly, we start living more from the outside than from the inside. So for me, coherence comes back through simple moments that reconnect to what's real. If I'm recording a podcast from a lesson I've lived, like this one, having a good laugh with a friend, just remembering the essence of me, the part that doesn't have to go anywhere or do anything to be enough. Sometimes I can get coherence from silence, sometimes through an acupuncture treatment. I can even sometimes watch something on TikTok that could open my heart and remind me of the center of who I am. Sometimes I can get it through a single breath. I can look at a tree. It's anything that reminds me of my connection to life and to myself. And when my mind, body, and soul move more together, I'm more aligned, and that's coherence. Well, now let's feel the difference for a moment. If you can, close your eyes, and if not, just take a few breaths. Think of something that excites you, a new idea, a trip, a person, a possibility. Notice what happens in your body. Do you feel lifted, expanded, energized? If you do, it's resonating. That spark of connection. Now breathe. Ask yourself, does this excitement also bring peace? Does it bring calm? Do I feel I am at my center, that I am nurturing myself? Or does it make you feel like you're grasping? When something resonates without coherence, it often has a feeling like we're chasing somebody. We're chasing a job, we're chasing an opportunity, and it feels chaotic inside. And it's not that we shouldn't pursue it, but how are we pursuing it? How are we approaching it in the moment? Now bring your focus into your chest or your belly, that place inside of you that makes you feel like you're more centered or solid. Now try to breathe through that space. Now we could say to ourselves, if we felt completely calm and safe, if we believed we didn't need to grasp, we didn't force people to like us, that we could create the life that we want by being who we are. Does this idea or experience still feel right? If the feeling softens and still feels true and it makes you feel stronger and more grounded, that it nurtures you, that it feeds you, that's coherence. But if you start to feel tension, it might resonate, but it's not aligned. And often we find that when we think we need another person to be okay, or we're compromising ourselves at work or in a friendship, we know this is really not aligned with who we are. So you could actually feel that chasing, that grasping. And it's not that you have to let the situation totally go, but again, you get to approach it differently from a more honest, real place. And that's how you start to create the life that you want. You create more coherence on the inside to create more coherence in your life on the outside. And to feel the contrast, try this thought. I have to make this happen. Notice your body. Does it tighten? And then you could shift that statement. I want the best possible outcome for my highest well-being. If this is right for me, it will align with ease. And I'm not saying that things aren't challenging. Sometimes they are. Coherence is not asking for this outer world perfection. It's just asking you to be what's true for you. And that is the most gorgeous, beautiful place you could ever stand. That is actually the perfection. So things that resonate is how we explore the world. But coherence is actually how we come home. And you should let yourself play and create and experience. But then when your soul whispers, come back now, breathe, and your coherence will meet you there. You don't have to force it. You don't have to earn it. That's what's so beautiful about it. You can just breathe and be honest and true and put your hands on your heart and just come back home to yourself. And for all you know, in the most resonating and coherent way, maybe the best is yet to come. Thank you for listening to this podcast today. If you'd like to get in touch with me, you could email me at allison@allisoncarmen.com. If you'd like to buy my books, The Gift of Maybe, A Year Without Men, Maybe Everything's Okay, A Parent's Guide to Less Stress and Worry, they're available at all major bookstores and online retailers. If you'd like to buy my Maybe cards or my Maybe digital journal, you can buy them on Etsy or my Stan store. And most of all, if you like this podcast, I hope you subscribe and leave a comment.